then we're going live. And just like that, within the next couple of seconds, as the clock is striking.
There you go. How's that for timing? Getting live on time.
So are you, all right, we're on. Hey,
We are.
have you been watching much YouTube this week?
I picked up a couple of the Grease Monkeys videos this week. I don't think I really watched anything else this week.
Are you getting tired of like millennial fitness guys trying to tell you how you can lose 100 pounds or whatever?
Nope. I stay away from that stuff.
That's all of our YouTube ads right now in the United States is all on how I can lose a bunch of weight. And I mean, I didn't take their advice, but I've lost, I think, boy, I don't know how long it's been since you've been and I've been on, but I think that I've lost like something like 22 pounds.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I lost 20 pounds during our bus rescues, eh?
Yeah, you probably lost some at that time. And all right, well, we got some folks on right now. I did see Mylan is here, and hopefully our audio is working the right way. I believe it is. Yeah. So our audio seems to be working okay. We spent some time kind of figuring that out with the help of Rodney. We spent probably an hour really learning the software so that we don't keep having the problems that we've been having. So it sounds like we're doing good. Looks like Phil Fox is here, recent Silverside's owner. Mylan, like I said, the guy who helped me, a guy named Joe Parker, out of where's HNY? Oh, Happy New Year. So where are we all from here?
Canada.
Dennis is from Florida. You're from Canada. I'm from Traverse City, Michigan, as I always am. Well, not always. Sometimes I'm other places, but let's see here. I think that's looking good. So yeah, so I'm losing weight. So the thing is, in my basement, like half the basements of Americans, I don't know what it's like in Canada. I've got an exercise bike. I've got this like ski machine that this friend of mine gave me. He has a virtual golfing software, and the programmers built this like ski machine and wanted to be able to hook it up to the golfing game so you can actually do cross-country skiing where you're like you're going on cross-country ski trails. But it never happened. So the guy ended up with this big, huge like ski machine, and he didn't want it. So I use that because we can cross-country here. I've got a yoga mat. I've got a TV with all of the biking. So I'll ride my bike and like watch videos of people bike riding up the Alps or, bike riding in California and stuff. So I'm really getting into it, man. I'm losing weight. Hey, here's the guy from Windsor, Ross. Rodney just joined us.
Hey, Rodney.
Central Florida, Minneapolis, Dave W. Yeah. So we got a bunch of people. Phil is in North Carolina. Dennis is in Florida. All right, so we got some folks here. But anyway, so I'm doing the weight loss thing. The part of it is that we got an addition in our household, which I think you know about, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The four-legged one?
What's that?
The four-legged one?
Yeah. Yep. And so I don't know. Sometimes I've got social media and stuff like that, but I don't always put a lot of stuff going on. So maybe I'll show you kind of what that whole situation is. Here's a good picture of her. So I'll throw a picture up real quick, but so with quarantine and just this whole mess, I was pretty much here without much entertainment, and so it's like I found myself falling out of habits. I wasn't going outside. I was just kind of sitting here, And I don't know if well, you don't do that. You seem to move around a whole lot, but I mean, do you ever find that where you get just kind of trapped because you're a home worker like I am, where you just end up
Yeah,
getting,
sometimes you can get in that rut. You end up spending 8, 9 hours in the chair in the office doing work, and then you don't really get out and do much because the weather's not that great, and you don't really feel like going out when it's freezing rain out. And um, I think one of the best things you can do if you want to lose weight is get involved in some kind of a group of people and make it a competition, or just keep encouraging each other. And I think that's the best thing you can do to keep at it.
well, I'm not real competitive though. I'm just like that doesn't motivate me. I heard meth is good.
If you're into that, I guess.
Maybe some cocaine. That's more expensive, I think. But there's somebody from Terre Haute, Indiana. Anyway, so Norca, who is now down in the bottom right corner here, joined our family. Oh, Jason's echoing. It's because I got the volume up a little too much. There. Now try talking now, Jason.
How are we now, guys? Is that any better? Looks like we've got Richard from Cambridge. Cambridge isn't too far from me. Or should I have to stop by sometime when I get the bus back home?
Yeah. So Richard, I may have to move to my headphones if the echoing is too bad. So anyway. So we have Norca has joined us. She's gorgeous. She's a puppy still, so she is just lots of energy. We have to kind of work through that, and but we're having a lot of fun with her. And so yeah, so I just he was getting picked up on my mic, so we won't have an echo problem anymore.
Perfect.
But anyway, so Norca's around. She does a lot of stuff. We go hiking every day. As a matter of fact, for New Year's, I every year go on a hike on the Sleeping Bear Dunes. So if you see these photos here, I'll zoom them up here, kind of look at them.
So you went to New York for Christmas, but you were back for New Year's. Was that what happened?
Yeah. I ran out to New York for probably I don't know. I was probably there for 5 days. I went out on the 22nd and I got home by the 28th. I came home. So I had to take a test. I had to take a COVID test and everything. And of course I don't have COVID. So, but yeah, I did that. And so I spent Christmas in New York and then I came home. Norca went with us. She was in New York. But when I came home for New Year's, this is what we do. If you look at this is the Sleeping Bear Dunes. It's a national lakeshore along the coast of Michigan. And so we went on a hike, and then we sat around a campfire because you really can't do much else. You guys really can't socialize? Are you in lockdown now, or what's going on with you
Yeah,
guys?
we are in Ontario. Ontario's in lockdown, full lockdown till the 9th, so it's essential services only. Curbside pickup for all the businesses. Pretty much the only stores you can go into are grocery stores right now. Like I had to get cat food, and even the pet food store, I had to do a curbside pickup. I had to pre-order and.
You have a cat food store?
Wow, pet food store.
Oh, pet food. Okay, I was about to say, like, only Canada do they have a store just for cats.
No, it's full pet. It was a PetSmart actually.
Oh, yeah. So I'm back into pet ownership, and it's good. I mean, it gets you up. I'm walking probably 5 miles a day now. I went on a 3-mile hike today. I had to get up this morning. I usually do about a mile in the morning with her. So that's kind of helping me with that whole idea of trying to, like, if I can't go do very much, I can at least lose weight. So anyway, so what did you do for Christmas? I saw the Christmas tree video. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, didn't do a whole lot for Christmas because, well, really, lockdown started on Boxing Day, but we kind of kept it to a minimum. And
So
I mean, we didn't have any big family gatherings or anything. And
help me out here.
my,
I
my,
mean, I've always known Boxing Day happens. I'm aware that it's a thing in Canada. What exactly are you supposed to be doing on Boxing Day?
I think traditionally Boxing Day was like the day that you packed up all the gifts that you had to return or exchange. I really, I don't know. We just take it as a holiday, just a little bit of an extension of Christmas, and kick back and relax.
So it's just a day to hang out.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
you just kind of stayed home, or
Yeah. We, as I said, we were in lockdown now, so we didn't really go anywhere. Didn't have a big Christmas. My son's home from college for, I guess, is his second week. He's home for 3 weeks from college. He's up in North Bay doing an aviation program, and he's going back next weekend. I think I'll drive him back. It's a bit of a drive. It's about 10 hours round trip. So,
holy
um,
cow?
yeah. Well, I'm hoping the weather's good. If the weather's good, I'll fly him, and if I fly him, it's I can do it. It's an hour each way in the airplane, so sure beats 10 hours in the
How
car.
how long before your son gets a car?
He keeps asking. It's been discussed, and until he can afford to pay his own car insurance, it's not happening.
Uh, yeah. See, I think to me, I don't know. My kids both have cars. They're $5,000 beater cars. They're not anything to write home about. They both have over 150,000 miles on them, and they're older. But it's not so much for them; it's for me. I don't want to have to drive. To drive to Ann Arbor from here and back is like what? It's like 7 hours round trip, 8 hours, right? I don't want to have to go do that. So my daughter has one. My son is in DC, and I suppose he could fly back and forth from DC, but um, anyway. But yeah, so I got them cars, and they're certainly not nice ones, but they're going to work.
Yeah.
So Rodney said he's not down in lockdown in North Carolina or South Carolina. I don't know what you guys are doing, but your numbers have never really gotten too bad in South Carolina, if I recall. Uh, there isn't a statewide lockdown in Florida, from what Dennis is saying. Um, it's still considered a hotspot, I guess, in Florida.
Yeah, our numbers still aren't as significant as what you guys are seeing down there, but if you look at the curve, Ontario was in a pretty big increase in numbers, so they decided it was time to do another lockdown, and hopefully it curves things and gets things going right in the direction they're going. So I see on your screen there you've got that bus, that shiny bus thing.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my like I got two Christmas presents this year. The other one's downstairs. So every year I get a Volkswagen bus calendar from my buddy Eric, who is a photographer out in Las Vegas. And so he takes pictures of Volkswagen buses, and then he sells it. It's a fundraiser. Um, uh, so I got the calendar, and then I stumbled onto this and dropped a serious hint to one of my kids, and so I got this Silverside's belt buckle. But then I sent
That's
you one
cool.
that was pretty cool. It was a bus with us belt buckle.
Yeah, it looks like it's somebody's done a drawing of a bus. I think it's supposed to be an MCI 9 or something. But yeah, it's been on eBay. There's a bunch of them. I think somebody's making them because they keep popping up.
Okay.
Oh, I did get something bus related for Christmas, and I'll see if I can get my wife to bring it to me. It's in the other room there. Maybe my son will bring it to me.
So what are you doing with your son? Is it good that your son's around, or is your son like my daughter is great? We're playing chess and we're doing all kinds of stuff here. I'm moving my head.
Yeah, it's good to see him. He's good to help around the house and in the shop getting things fixed. He went with me down to see Gus today, so he hadn't seen the bus yet. So
Oh,
we went down there and we pulled out a couple of windows and gonna start working on some more window stuff. I pulled out the driver's window today, so I've got the driver's window out.
how
So
does that
I
go?
can
That seems like it's going to be a pain.
actually, it's not bad at all. I'll have a video up in a day or so. You'll be able to see how it comes out. It was pretty quick, really. It was, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and I had it out in my hand, and it's double pane just like all the other solid glass windows. So it's pretty thick and heavy when it comes out, which I guess explains why the regulators always have problems. So yeah.
Oh,
So my daughter got me some.
magically appeared through. It's kind of just popped up from the lawn behind you.
So oh, here, maybe I have to turn my masking off so you can see it. Here, how do I do that? So this present came from the UK of all places. It's Greyhound map, and it's a Greyhound map from the 50s. How did I do that background thing? Settings. Here we go. Ah, there we go. Now you'll be able to see it.
Sure.
So it's a map of all the Greyhound routes.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And yeah, so on the other side, it's got about planning your trip and all kinds of neat stuff. So it's just like a pamphlet, like you'd pick up at one of the bus stops.
Just a brochure.
It's in
but it looks like it's super old. What kind of bus is that? Is that a 4104?
Yeah, there's a 4104. Is 4104 or 4106? That's 4106.
Okay.
So I guess that'll kind of tell you the vintage there.
That looks like an 04.
Is it an 04?
No, it kind of does.
No, it doesn't have the rear emergency exit, so it's an 05, it's an 06.
Okay.
So yeah, so this came all the way from the UK. So probably somebody that was traveling on a bus back in the day had saved it as a souvenir, and that's where we found it. I think it came off eBay, so it's kind of neat. Oh, there's a scenic cruiser on the front too.
Oh, yep. So that was 56, cool. 52 to 56.
Yeah, I don't see any dates on the brochure, but it's definitely dated. But that's kind of cool. So I think I want to get a nice good scan of the map made and maybe get one printed and put it up in the bus.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Oh, so Rodney, for Christmas, said his wife agreed to have another kid. God love Rodney.
Well, he'll have lots of fun trying.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. So Rodney, we had him on here a while ago, and he's got a Silversides down in South Carolina, and he loves his kids. He's got these 3 adorable little kids, and he wants another one. And so it sounds like he's going to go work on that project for a while.
Pitter patter.
That's a Leonard Kinney reference that only us Leonard Kinney folks. So that's cool. You got a map. Like I said, I've seen some other memorabilia, but I haven't had much. Hey, Michigan Silversides has joined us, and Two Feathers is saying that he got an original copy of a 1941 blueprint.
I saw that up actually. Was that the one that had the bit of a tear in it? I think I saw that one for sale.
I don't know. I don't sit and scroll the eBays, but if it's a 41, man, that's my year. But he said he's going to get it framed and everything. Cool. So that's kind of cool. Wonder where they stumbled onto that.
Yeah, somebody's asking if I know anything about the 4104 for sale in Ontario. The one I posted on BGM. I don't actually know anything about it. It's just I keep seeing it on Kijiji. It's been up for sale for a couple months now, and it's a really good price, but it's all been painted. So to me, I'd want to strip all the aluminum siding and clean it up if I was to ever buy it. But I don't know anything about it. If somebody's really serious and wants to know more about it, it's pretty close to me. I might entertain going and looking at it for somebody if they're really serious about it. Get in contact with me through BGM or something and let me know.
So let me see here. Richard got a rock for Christmas. That's too bad.
What, was it at least painted?
I don't know. But anyway, let me see what else we have. So what other? Is the vaccine available in Ontario yet? Somebody was asking. Where is Canada on the vaccine?
There's a limited amount of it, and I believe they're doing all the healthcare workers first, healthcare, and then vulnerable groups. So there'll be a while, I think, before the general population has access to it.
Well, I'm. I don't know where I stand. I've been told that I'm on what's called B1 here in North America, which is not like first responders or hospitals and things like that. I'm in the same ranks as like teachers or other critical like folks that work in nursing homes. I don't work in a nursing home, but
yeah, you volunteer at the shelter though.
Oh,
so would that give you
I run it.
any kind of priority?
Yeah. I run it, and so that's I'm administration, so I can technically do my job here, but if there's anything wrong with the building, I'm the one who has to go and deal with it. So
Right.
if they give us 10 doses, I probably am not going to get the vaccine right away. But if they fill our list, which I think is 22 people, then I'm on the short list here. So I don't know when that's going to happen.
Hmm.
Let's see here. I got Chief Stone said that he got a vaccination, so he must be somebody who works in healthcare or something like that, or first responder.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I got my belt buckled. I did my hike. I was kind of showing you this. I went out to Sleeping Bear Dunes, which is a little far away, about 20 minutes away from me where I live. And let me see here. Go to my sources. I'll just turn that off. All right. So the other thing that I've been working on is I've had this website for probably 20 years, and it's kind of a mess. So I've been working on that. I updated the Bus Grease Monkey website this weekend. Went and pulled the new version down and added a couple of plugins and just the maintenance type stuff. And so that seems to be running pretty well. Found out that we weren't really SSL or secure socket for mobile devices, so I fixed that. But now I got to work on my own website, and so this thing's kind of a mess right now. I'm going to start fixing it up and getting it a little bit more reflective. I've been getting people contacting me because I'm putting my spreadsheets, my production cost spreadsheets and stuff, that they can't open them. So I got to figure out what's going on with that. All right. So
I got a Silverside Speedo on my desk.
Oh, did you pull?
It's amazing how heavy
Did you pull that out of yours?
these are. Yeah, because I put that GPS speedometer in my bus a little while ago, which is working phenomenal. By the way, it was $100 Canadian shipped to my door, and it's incredible how well it works for $100. So this is the original one I pulled out because it wasn't doing anything because my bus has been converted to a positive ground instead of a negative ground instead of a positive ground. So this one doesn't work anymore.
Well, that's kind of a drag.
But
do you think that you could try to harvest a faceplate or something like that and put your digital one in, or?
That's the plan. Is I want to reprint with the proper font and everything. And I mean, the one I've got now, it was $100. If I take it apart and I screw it up, no big deal. So I'm gonna try and take it apart and print a new faceplate for it and see if I can make it look a little bit more like the original. If not, there's a couple places online that will do custom speedometers that I can get looking a little bit closer to the original. So that'd be nice.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an upgrade that I definitely would love to have as well.
Yeah, you've got a GPS speedometer in the pre-war, do you not?
Yeah, we
cardboard.
When Mylan and I got the new batteries hooked up, I don't know what happened, but they went out. So I drove all the way home. I had it on the floor, but I knew on the floor was probably no faster than 64 miles an hour. But yeah, I lost all the temps and stuff. If it wasn't for the fact it was 32, I'd be worried about overheating the bus. But that bus has kept perfect heat the whole time I've had it. And as a matter of fact, a lot of that smoke that I saw when I drove it home, the pre-war on the way back from Holland, it smoked a lot. I think it was because the engine wasn't getting very hot. I think it was it was staying down near 130.
Yeah, that's too cold. They won't run right if you don't get them up to 160.
So Duro said video would probably be a lot more reliable in the long run. It requires a separate module. VDO, where are they based out of? Are they a German company?
VDO, I believe they are. They're just like all the big tier 1 suppliers. They're worldwide. They have production facilities everywhere.
Yeah,
now.
They seem to be ubiquitous. I know my Volkswagen is a VDO, but you can get VDO for just about anything.
Yeah, they've been around a long time. VDO or motor meter. Volkswagen used to switch back and forth between them, but majority of it's VDO.
Daytona Gauges will make a custom GPS gauge for you, but it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Is that the one that Richard in Wisconsin? He said he had a custom GPS one made.
I'm not sure. There's two places. There's Speed Hut. They do them. Dakota Gauges does them. Um, Neither place will do an exact perfect match. Like you got to pick from their predetermined fonts. Well, maybe Dakota will, but they're more money. I know Speed Hut, they've got a font that's pretty similar, but it's not quite right. That's why I wasn't really willing to spend 500-600 bucks for a speedometer that wasn't an exact match. So that's why I went with the
Yeah.
$100 one for now.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I've been out to see my buses a couple times. Um, Thank you for all of the kudos for the audio visual working correctly. And thanks to Rodney again. I mentioned at the beginning, but Rodney spent an hour with us one night testing out a bunch of different things, and we seemed to have figured out the problem. And so, yeah,
He was our
he was
guinea
our
pig.
guinea pig. Well, so
Yeah.
you got it's boy, it's about 7:25 right now. You got to run tonight. We're only going to probably be on for maybe another 5-10 minutes because what do you got going on?
Yeah.
Your water shut off? You didn't pay your bill or something like
Yeah,
that?
my water's shut off right now. I was in the middle of doing a bathroom plumbing
Oh,
upgrade, and it didn't quite go right. So I got to get back at it. It's taking longer than I
did you have
figured.
a
So
leak in it or what?
yeah, I put it all back together, and one of the joints I soldered is leaking, and then of course now I've got water in the pipe, and I just shut everything off and let it drain back while we did our live here, and then hopefully when I go back, it's drained enough I can resolder the pipes.
Man, that good on you, man. Plumbing is not something that I mean, I suppose I can do it, but I would probably go with the new plastic lines instead of doing copper.
Well, I would too, except for this is an old house and it's got existing copper, and I figured it was just a quick, short repair, and well, nothing's
No.
ever easy, right?
Well, hopefully it won't be too much of a pain. So, what did you do? You were out there this week.
Yeah.
What did you get done on your bus this week?
I was out there today. I went out and saw John and my boss, and I just pulled a couple more windows out. Um, we worked on lubing up all the bays again because all my bays, I went to open them up to show my son because he hadn't seen the bus, and they were all starting to seize up again. So we went around and lubed them all up again and worked them all to start bringing them up. And I've left them open at least so I can get in there to lubricate everything. It's nice and dry in John's shop, so there's no moisture in there. So give him a good shot of lube and hopefully fixes it for next spring. I got to pull all my bay doors apart and grease all the worm gears and clean if there's any rust in there out because we had worked them a bit when we were at Stan's, and Stan had lubricated all the hinges for me, but I've got one or two that just they're still not working quite right.
So, what's the? I guess what do you put on to just keep it so it's always going to work? Oops.
Just got to keep them lubed up, I guess. I'm guessing with mine because it sat for so long that there's probably some rust in some of the worm gears. So I'm going to pull all the plates off and have a look inside. I've got my bus has grease fittings on most of them, and the ones that don't really want to move are the grease fittings that aren't taking any grease. So I got to change the zerts, and if I figure if I'm going to do that, I might as well pull the plates off and pull them apart and have a look inside. Hey, that's a funny looking picture.
Yeah, why'd you send me an upside down picture, man?
That's weird. I came off my phone. It shouldn't have been upside down.
It's not upside down everywhere else except when I put it on here. Hang on, let me try to make it small.
See if you can shrink it and rotate it. But
yeah, it wants to move around. There we go. So yeah, so if you want to just turn your computer upside down for a second, I'll show you this. Okay, why don't you explain? Because I don't think there's any way I can rotate it. I don't know why. I don't know why it's showing up upside down.
Yeah. So my daughter moved out a month or two ago and took one of our cars with her.
Oh,
She's
so you gave your
borrowing it, quote unquote. And so we needed another car. So I started looking around. I was looking to buy a Touareg, a nice little four-door SUV, and I ended up with this little gem, complete opposite to a little four-door SUV, a little two-door Audi A5, and the price was right, and it's a gorgeous little car. So I've been joking it's our winter beater because it's quattro, so it's all-wheel drive. Right. So I picked that up the last week, and it's a fun little car to drive. It's a 2010 Audi A5.
That
that's my wife's new car.
No problems with it? Pretty.
Just basic stuff. It needs a brake job. I knew that when I bought it, but
Yeah.
it seems to be a good car. We drove it. I think we put about 700 or 800 kilometers on it now. That's what 500 miles for you folks, and no issues. It's a good
Where'd you
car.
find it?
Kijiji, just like everything
No, but
up
I mean,
here.
like, what part of the?
Oh, it was in Toronto,
Um,
and it's a manual to boot, 6-speed manual.
oh,
So it's getting hard to find
oh man, now
a manual car with
that's
the
okay. Look at
rollouts.
this. I don't know why this stupid software. Here, we'll show you guys what it looks like on the backside, upside down. Yeah, Audi sticks are great. I've got an '89, and here we go. So this is what it looks like upside down from the backside. It looks like a really pretty spotless car, man.
It's really clean for a 10-year-old
Did,
old car. There's only one little spot of rust on it that I found, and even underneath when I had it up on the hoist, it's good and clean looking. You have to see if you can shrink that. Oh,
yeah, I'm shrinking it down. What?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Now, did you get a private owner or dealer?
Yeah, no, private owner, and bought it privately. Yeah, Rodney says that'll go good in the snow. It does. It's a freaking rocket. Pavement or snow, it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's why I joke it's my winter beater. It's a blast to drive in the snow. It's 210 horsepower stock, and they're about 250 chipped. So
So that car has
fun.
as much horsepower as our buses do. Pretty much. Not as much torque, but
Yeah,
amazing.
no,
So no, that's not a TT. It's an Audi. Was an A6 essentially?
Ace. It's an
A5.
A5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's their little two-door sports
See, I
model.
don't even think we got the A5 here in the U.S.
Oh yeah, you do. They're just not very
Yeah.
popular. They're
Dealers here are all caught up. Uh, dealers don't order them up like where we are. I mean, they may be in a
hmm.
city setting like Toronto. Sure, you do have a need for a two-door, or a coupe, as they like to call them. And do they call them coupes in Canada, or they just, or is it
Coupe.
coupe? Yeah, see, it's a
Coupe.
coupe
Yeah,
here. In England, they call them coupes.
coupe.
Um,
Maybe in Quebec. I don't know.
well, we'll see. What's the first order of Silverside's rubber come in? We need it by the spring. Oh, so somebody's wondering
Well,
about the rubber.
I need it sooner than spring, so it's gonna happen very shortly. Because now that I've got all my windows out, I can get them to a glass shop and get them cut. So optimistically, let's say by the end of this week, I should have it on order. So in a couple of weeks, um, they were kind of shut down over holidays. The rubber place, I contacted them, so I decided to wait until the new year to place the order, and they've got all our molds. So it should be just a matter of telling them how many feet of each part number I want and get it shipped.
Do they have a no idling law where you live?
Uh, Not that I'm aware of, but we don't generally idle our vehicles that long up here anyway, unless we absolutely have to. Like if you go to a truck stop, you hear them all grumbling and idling. But I just out of politeness for my neighbors, in environment, I just don't idle my cars unless I absolutely have to.
PEX is the way to go. They made adapter fittings
Yeah,
for.
yeah, you can get the adapters that you solder them on, and then you can crimp onto the barb.
Well, these all thread, right? You can screw them in.
No, well, if you're going direct to copper, like to an old copper, you still need a soldered on
Yeah.
fitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought about using PEX, but then I haven't got the crimping tool and the cutter, and I thought, it's just one small project. I'll just do copper. I've used copper for 20, 30 years. Won't be a problem, right? Sure.
yeah. Well, yeah, and then of course, if it leaks later, I once went to my closet in my hallway, and there was water coming out of the bottom of it. Like, what is that? And the
Oh,
pan
geez.
in the bottom of my shower, you have a little plastic seal that the pan had failed,
Yeah.
and that was a mess. I had to rip the whole freaking living or bathroom apart, but whatever.
Stan the man, he's asking about what rubber order. We're getting all the Silverside rubber gaskets reproduced, the Silverside specific ones. So the profile gaskets for all around the windows, the internal seals. I'm probably going to get some door seals made too. One of the big ones I need for the back windows too, because they're that extra double wide thick one. Oh, speaking of back
Yeah.
windows, oh, what a little gem I got from John today. You remember how when we were putting my back window in, we just put the single pane in, and the aluminum spacer between the glass was
Right.
damaged? John had in a box of spare parts from Mark that came with his bus, he had an aluminum frame for my back
Oh, no
window.
kidding. Well, that's cool. So
Yeah,
you can go
so
back
I
to a double
got
pane.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that'll be good. I'm going to a thicker glass, but a single pane. I'm just not.
Mhm.
I don't know. With all the work that's going to take to replace all these windows, I talked to the glass guys, and they're like, "Look, you're going to get the same insulation value if you go thicker, but it's just a little bit noisier, so you lose some of that."
Mhm.
And so I ended up going that route with a thicker window.
Yeah, I noticed today just sitting in the renter bus in the workshop, like you can hear the difference with all the sound deadening material, and it just sitting in it, just moving it around, around inside and talking versus going and sitting in my bus with all the original stuff in it. It's what a difference. I got to put some sound deadening material all up under the dashboards and all
And you
that
know what's
stuff.
amazing is if you have the windows in, it makes it even quieter.
Yeah, yeah, I'm missing a few windows, so I'm sure that had something to do
So.
with it.
Well, I'll be running over there this week to work on some stuff. Oddly, I drove my daughter over there to show it to her, and she had no interest in getting out and looking in the buses,
No.
other than you know she she's very conscientious of the environment and is very non-committal on her feelings on me owning two of these buses.
Not feeling it,
No.
eh? Yeah. My son loved it. I'm sure he'd love to drive it. He'll have to go get his air brake if he wants to drive it up here.
How old's your son?
He's
20.
20. He's in
Okay.
college, second year
Yeah.
of college. He's got another year to go.
Yep, that's about my daughter's age. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Let's see. It's coming up on 7:40, and
Yeah, I
time
should
to
get back to my
kind of
plumbing
wrap it up.
project. I'm sure the family would like to have the water turned back on.
So, what are you doing? You doing anything this next week? Are you going to go back up there? Or are you just going to kind of?
No, I got to get to a glass shop, and I got two things I got to do this week. I got to get all the windows ordered. So hopefully I can find a local glass shop that can get me some green glass because I'd like to get the green stuff that like you got. Um, if not, maybe I'll see if I can get in contact with the glass shop that you used, and maybe they can tell me where to get that green glass because it doesn't make sense to ship windows all the way up from India up to here.
No.
But if I can find the supplier for the glass at least, maybe.
It's. I mean, it's flat glass. It's
Yeah.
the
But it's got that green tint to it,
right
so it's
and
it's better
front and the
matched.
back. Front and
But
the back
that
windshields are safety glass, and then the sides are not. The
yeah.
sides are just tempered.
Okay. I actually grabbed a spare windshield from John, so I don't have to pull my front ones out, so I can get all the glass I can get cut while it's being done.
Well, that'll be good.
So yeah.
So.
So hopefully I can get that on order this week and get the rubbers on order a couple weeks, and then I can start going at it, getting all the windows redone on my bus.
Well, that's probably what I'm going to work on this winter. I've got a couple other projects. I want to get. I have a '64 panel van that I've got to do some work and paint it, and I want to probably get some time on that one this winter. And then I'm going to work the windows, pull them out one at a time, and bring them to the shop and swap them out. So I should have the windows done this winter. But holidays are out of the way now. There's it's nothing but work, which I'm not going great guns right now. In terms of I'm not putting 40 in a week, I think. And so that slowed down a little bit. And so I've got some time I can run over to the shop and work on it. So I'll work on that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm back to working full time, so I haven't got as much time to play with the bus as I did, but we definitely want to get it going for next
Yeah.
summer.
Well, all right. Let's hope we're able to cross the border.
Yeah, it'd be great. Hopefully the vaccine gets everybody cleared up with this virus and gets a little safer to
Right.
travel.
Well, if you are joining us right now and you're not a subscriber, I always will put the plug out there. Hit that subscribe button. And if you think about it, hit the like button. We do these lives usually on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock, and we took a couple weeks off just because we're probably so busy with the holiday we didn't have much to talk about. But I'm starting to get back into it. You're starting to get back into it, so maybe we'll pick it up and start doing these again. Next one would be on your channel. Jason is on Bus With Us. If you go to YouTube and type in Bus With Us, and of course I'm Silverside Sage, and we kind of go back and forth. So next call will be on Jason's channel, and we'll do kind of what we did tonight.
Yep, sounds
good. All right,
good.
then we'll have a great week, and stay safe as always, and enjoy that car, man. That's a sweet ride.
Yeah, now I'm looking forward to snow. I want it to snow so I can go play with it.
So, all right, cool. Well, it sounds like maybe I'll just kind of turn us off, but leave the chat on for a couple minutes because it looks like there's some things going on there. You're trying to get a hold of Phil. Of course, you can always find us both at the Bus Grease Monkey Forum, and you can message us that way. I'm Sage at silversidesage.com or vwsage.com. If you need to get a hold of me, I've got a contact form, I think, on my website. I don't know if I turned that off. Will we be posting a video soon about the rebuild of the dash wiring? Oh, you will be. So Two Feathers, remember he tore his dash apart, Rodney tore his apart. I've got a full dashboard that I bought. I should do a video of all the little bits and chunks that I picked up when we were out. All of the the dashboard and some of the other cool stuff that I got. I don't know. I got to get some stuff out. 2 buses for sale in Massachusetts. Are those yours, Two Feathers? Are you selling your buses? Probably somebody else's.
No, it's a guy that he knows. I think it was Tom was the guy who had them, one of them anyway. And I think one of them's got the motor out of it. But they've been for sale for a little while now. I don't know much about them. But Two Feather knows.
They
he knows
keep
about
popping
them.
up, don't they?
Somebody's looking.
And hopefully by this month, I've got, if this actually all comes through, I'm chasing a unicorn right now, but the number went from 20 to 10. You know what I'm talking about, right? That.
Yeah.
No,
don't spoil it.
No,
don't jinx it.
But hopefully this week or next, I'll do a little road trip and some investigating, some bus hunting, as I love to do with the bit smaller buses. But I'm not buying another bus. All right.
One's enough for me.
All right, man. Well, have a good night, and we will we'll talk next week or the next time. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, night, everybody. Thanks for watching.